Welcome to the Felt Dyslexic Artist Interview. My name is Liz Buckridge. For me, as a dyslexic artist, other artists and creatives have always been my number one inspiration. In these interviews, we talk with artists and creatives who share their stories and we gain insight into their process from inspiration to art tips to career building and more. We're so lucky to listen to the wisdom of Joshua Rife today. I'm so excited to hear about his past and future projects and his insights on life as an artist. Hi, Joshua.
How you doing, Liz?
Thank you for talking with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Yay. I'm just going to jump right in. Describe the art you make. What mediums do you primarily work in, and why do you choose that medium?
Personally, I think my favorite medium of all time is acrylics. Like, I can use any medium basically, but um, yeah, acrylics is my to go.
That's your
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
so do you work in any other mediums?
I dabble some here and there in oils. You know, a lot of sculptures too. I like to carve and stuff like that, but I always fall back into my acrylics. Something that I always have.
How did you get into making art? Can you tell us about your background and how you first became interested in art?
I'm gonna say I was probably 3 or 4 years old, and my favorite thing to do instead of playing GI Joes or Hot Wheels cars was to draw. So, and I just continued to draw and talked my mom into basically getting me a canvas and went from there. It was a good thing for me to miss school that day because I got to watch Bob Ross on TV, and he was an inspiration also, something like that.
I get it. How did you get into your specific style? We have a piece behind us. What themes or subjects inspire your work
Um,
too?
I get amused on anything really. Like if I feel it in my heart, then I just have to put it on the canvas, or you know what I mean, just put my own little twist on something that just grabs me. And like it can be from a song to a picture of like a scenery picture, or just driving down the street and just something comes to me. It's what I just love the muse that.
I do. Um, okay, this one is a little bit of a different kind of question. Do you consider yourself neurodivergent or neurotypical?
I'd say I'm neurodivergent. Yes, ma'am. Um, I see things different. I I take things in differently. I got real bad anxiety, so I'm on medication for that. So it helps me a lot. I'm a hypersensitive human being, anyways. But I definitely say I'm neurodivergent. Yes,
Same. Have you faced any challenges or setbacks in your art career, and how did you overcome them?
yes. I have. I want to say I haven't really experienced to be a full time paying artist as would be a dream come true, but there's always setbacks. There's always progress and then setbacks. When you think you're getting a little bit ahead, you know, something comes, and then you have to fight through that too. So I still get the passion. I'm gonna do this till the day I die, regardless of if I make it, if I don't make it, you know. But
Where did you grow up?
I was born in Pittsburgh, and I grew up here in Wellsville, Ohio. And I've been here my whole life. I moved away for a little while, moved to Biloxi, Mississippi. After I graduated, I thought I want to spread my wings and see the country. And I went through Hurricane Katrina and everything. And I just moved back home since then. If I could change the warm weather for the cold, I would. I'm not a cold person at all. But yeah,
Did you do art when you were a kid? Do you remember? I
yes,
mean,
ma'am.
you told us a little bit about when you were three. Do you what other artwork did you do when you
Yeah,
were young?
like my mom. Well, I was born with fetal heart syndrome, so I was born a blue baby considered, and I had hard time hearing since I was born until I was 9 years old. I had surgeries after surgeries on my ears, so I read lips a lot when I was younger. So I think I created my own little world. That was my escape, was my art. So I drew a lot. And I remember one time, I think I might have been 8 or 9 years old. I was trying to draw the Mona Lisa because that was just I was always into some form of challenging myself to do something better, in my art form. But yeah, I always have drawn like I always have, as far as I can remember.
Wow. Okay, this happens to be my favorite question, but I don't know what you're gonna, everyone is so different, but do you have a favorite colorway for your art, like a color palette? And is the colorway for your art different or the same as the colors in your house?
It actually, my colorway kind of, it changes over periods of time because I find myself more if I'm didn't really know I was depressed, but more darker shades of gray and blues and blacks and darker colors that I've been playing with. But then I find myself sometimes it's very bright. That it's just I don't put myself in a category that's like because I just consider myself as an artist that everything is game to me when it comes to my colorways and my color palettes and stuff like that. But usually, for a long time, I was uh, darker tones were my favorite, more likely. Shades. I love shades. So
Describe the space where you make your art. We're not in your home studio today. We're at Slacks in
yes.
Wellsville. It's a antique store upstairs at the Rebecca. But describe the space where you make your art.
Um, it's in my home. It's very small, but I usually don't have people there. Like I know where everything is, so if some people come over, I have to clean up, and it's like I don't like that. You know what I mean? I'm just a messy artist typically, but like I can find one brush through a whole my whole mess. I know where that one brush is, or my color that I have, or you know. But yeah, it's home. I wake up, I paint. I eat breakfast, drink coffee, I'm painting. It's right there at home. So
I love that. Um, how did your school system support your interest in art growing up?
they supported me pretty well. I had opportunities to have scholarships to a couple other places. Pittsburgh Art Institute being one of them. Um, but my art teacher, she backed me 150%. She was amazing. She always had I want to say, the review newspaper come down and interview me of different projects and stuff. And she put me in the college art contest and when I was in ninth grade, and I'd take best of show of those in college art contests and stuff. But it was something that I wish I would have followed her dream of she wanted me to be an art teacher. And by the time she would have retired, I would have took her spot. But I moved away and I was young and didn't want to go back to school at the time, but it is what it is right now. And I'm loving life regardless.
What was her name?
Bonnie Mechanic, Miss Mechanic. We called her Slick. And she called everybody else Slick too, but she was amazing. One of my favorite persons ever. I'm so glad that she come into my life, really. She's like a second mother to me. Such a mentor and best friend at the time. Something I really needed at she helped pull my artistic talent out of me, I think. She gave me free all.
Do you still talk to her?
Actually, I haven't talked to her in a couple of years. I'm hoping that she's still with us, but I helped her after she retired. I helped her paint her house and stuff so she could put it on the market. She said she was going to move to Florida and live her life painting down there. So I wish if she is Miss Mechanic, if you're still alive, I love you. I hope you're doing well.
Yay. Um, how do you see your work evolving or changing in the future? What do you have planned?
I have a website that I'm going to have by the end of this year. I'll have a website up and running and sell all my original artwork and stuff. And um, as far as my art way it's going to change is it depends on the muse that I catch at the time. It's just like a wave crashing in on the beach. It's like you either ride that wave in or you don't. It all depends. But I I I I'm never going to quit painting. So my future I hope is going to be pretty well endowed. And I hope I can do this for a living and be a dream come true.
Is making art an emotional process or strategic process for you?
I'm going to say it's both. I recently lost both my parents. Lost my father in 2020 and my mom in 2021 of COVID. And after that, I didn't want to paint for a while. It was kind of hard, but then after I started painting again, I knew that It was something that emotionally helped me evolve with my pain. But I have to feel whatever I, as an artist, that the way the artist I am, I have to feel what I paint. And once I see that picture, I can visually picture myself already having the complete subject done. And so to me, it's both. It's, you know, because strategic way, I break things down and do them in sections also at the same time in my mind. And I let my heart pour out at the same time also, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. Can you walk us through your creative process from idea to finished piece?
Yeah, well, I do a lot of commission work of portraits of loved ones that have passed on and stuff for people, and that part of the artistic with me is more of a business because I have to be able to capture that person's soul, or you know what I mean, to make it that person, you know what I mean, and that's the hardest thing for me is as an artist is the human form is I think is the most difficult thing to capture in life, and that's I've always wanted to be able to do that, you know. But once I see something, I just it just clicks in my mind that just like a fold, like I'm going through a folder real fast. That I break down this, that, this, and that, and it all just comes together at one time and then just flows out of me. So I don't. I'm sorry if it don't make no sense, but that's to me that's how I do things. Is
I love that. How do you combine the art you love to make and the art you sell?
that's the tricky part that I'm still trying to find out. um, yeah. Like I don't do too many of like this right here. That's a personal piece that's for me that I've been working on. And like I said before, like I usually do a lot of commission works all over the country, and that basically is like a business part to me. I mean, that helps me be an artist, but it's not my whole heart. You know what I mean? That's not who I want to pour on canvas. It gets me by, you know. But yeah.
Um, so you're creating a website. How do people find your art to purchase?
Right now, it's going to be just Josh Rife on Facebook. It's a lot of word of mouth, and I mean, like I sell paintings from Florida to Boston to Seattle to Texas, and it's all by hearsay, and it's to me is amazing. Like I've sold artwork all over the country just by word of mouth, and I want to have a website up is what a big thing for me to have, you know, so that people can just go straight to find my original artworks and stuff. You know, maybe commission me that way would be awesome.
I love that. We'll put your information in the show notes too.
Okay.
Can you share a recent project or piece of work that you're particularly happy about?
Yeah, it's this right here. We got behind us here. It's my rendition of the Last Supper. It's nothing biblical mean wise. I ain't trying to do nothing like that, but it's just my rendition of my homage to the great comedians that ever lived in my eyes. You know, I call this the Last Supper, and I've been working on it since August. Here and there I touch it, but it's something's going to take me a little while. But I'm pleased with it so far.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Thank you, thank you.
How do you stay motivated as an artist?
I actually have been kind of blessed. I don't. I'm always motivated into doing something. Like I'm just a creative person. It's just, I guess, who I am inside. It's just, um, like I said, I'll get amused on something that just I'll be driving on the street and just see maybe an older lady walking her dog, and it just clicks. I just want to paint something, you know. Then I start doing cityscapes and you know, a blurry impressionism kind of look and stuff like that, which I dabble in just about everything like that. But like the human anatomy is one of my favorite things to paint is the human body. So it's hardest, I think.
I agree. Are there any artists or creatives who have influenced or inspired your work?
Yes, ma'am. Besides my art teacher, Miss Mechanic, I mean, she was an amazing artist herself. But I like the old greats like you know Leonardo and Michelangelo and Vincent Van Gogh, Pablo Picasso. I loved him, and most recently is H.R. Geiger or Giger, some people call him, but he's a big part of the science alien kind of looking thing. Like I loved his style, and yeah, but yeah, those people right there is Basically, you can't go wrong with the great people. You know,
What advice would you give to an aspiring artist looking to pursue a career in the arts?
don't give up. Yeah, that'd be a big thing. Don't give up. Never lose your muse. Uh, when you think it's hardest at the time, push through. There's brighter days ahead. You know, just never give up. Just do whatever you feel in your heart. You know, be yourself. That's the biggest thing. Be who you are, which happens to be the hardest thing to do in the world is to someone to be themselves, you know. And that's I thrive on something that I tell people all the time. I said I'm gonna wake up tomorrow being the same person. Like I don't pretend to be somebody else, you know. But just don't give up. Just keep going. That's all I say.
I love that. What is your favorite book, movie, song, or podcast?
I'm gonna say um, I don't read much books. Music. I'm a music person. I love music, and I've been listening to a lot of like the Teskey Brothers, very jazzy bluesish. I love them. And then I still go to the hardcore stuff. Like I still love my Ozzy and Tool and stuff like that. A lot of grunge songs. But lately when I'm painting, uh, Pink Floyd, like I'll put DVD on TV and just listen to the concert for 18 hours if I could paint. You know, I just sit there, repeat all whole time, you know, just I just love music is what gets me, you know. I'm not a very big movie buff. I don't watch a lot of news because I think that right there is just trying to put a damper on someone's lifestyle. And I know there's a lot of bad in the world, but I try to see the good in everything. So, but
Is there a song that you suggest to people over and over again that's your favorite?
yes, I'd say the Teskey Brothers, Rain is an amazing song, Rain. Uh, it helped me get through my mom's passing. So it means a lot to me. It really does.
I love that. Um, so what would you want to talk about that I didn't ask?
You covered just about everything that I could expect. uh, I apologize. I'm nervous, but
I love it.
okay.
Yeah, well, thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for letting us talk with you today. I
Yes, ma'am.
felt inspired for sure. I love how you suggest to keep a hold of your muse.
Yeah, like if you lose your muse, then you lose your artistic ability. And I do believe everybody's born with it. Just like everybody's got a voice, you can sing. It's just that you got to practice that vocalization, and it's an instrument. Just the art's an instrument. Also, you just got to keep keep striving and keep going. Practice makes perfect. You know.
Yeah. Well, much love,
Yes, ma'am.
and we'll see you next time. Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you,
Yay.
guys.